Good afternoon, Betsy Ross fans, Francis Scott Key fans, and Woodrow Wilson fans, and welcome to a Flag Day edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox on WWNN and streaming live with video and all our pretty faces on the South Florida Live YouTube channel. Welcome to the show, everybody. Today is Flag Day. That is why I referenced Betsy Ross, of course, is credited with designing the American flag, the Stars and Stripes. Francis Scott Key is the one who wrote the Star Spangled Banner, which we sing before sporting events. And if you get to the track early enough, right, Defo, at noon, they'll play the Star Spangled Banner. And
That's the last thing you want to do is get there before the anthem. That was always my measuring stick and barometer of whether or not you were a sicko, if you were at the track before the anthem.
well, I always like getting there. You know, you get your sub sandwich. Back in the days when you used to just actually go to the track, let's say Belmont Park on a beautiful day in June, you go pick up your heroes from Jimmy's Heroes in Sheepshead Bay, New York, or Sonny's Heroes in Canarsie, and you go out to the track. You get there nice and early. You hear them play the national anthem. Back in the day when Tom Durkin was the track announcer, and he'll say, "The track is fast and the turf is firm."
I used to
Anyway,
get Fred Campusella. I mean, that's how far back I go.
well, you're
Cappy
old. You're
Campusella, yeah.
1970. Hey, let me just finish up because Woodrow
You had to
Wilson.
stake out a place, though. See, you were right about that. That was the only occasion. If you had to stake out like a picnic area at Saratoga, you wanted to get a table, or on the backside there at Belmont, when that was very prevalent, that everybody hung out there and families came out. They were barbecuing and playing football. Then it was okay. Then it was appropriate to be there before the anthem if you were staking
Yeah,
out a place.
yeah, Father's Day. When I used to go to on Father's Day to Belmont with my dad and my daughter when she was really young, and I liked it. I enjoyed it, and they would have bounce houses set up for the kids and all that stuff, and painting, finger painting, and all that. But and then we could just go away and sneak off to the
I didn't go
windows.
to the track to finger paint though when I was a kid. I went there to win money. I mean, that was it. And my parents were never involved. They never approved of
I think
any form of gambling
I think
whatsoever.
a couple of times after you got into the track, you've been fingerprinted, maybe, but
I should have been.
finger painting. Anyway, let me wrap up the triptych. Betsy Horros designed the flag. Francis Scott Key, Star Spangled Banner, and Woodrow Wilson. Believe it or not, he was the president that authorized Flag Day as a holiday. Although it's not an official federal holiday, we don't take Flag Day off. But in 1916, he declared a day in celebration of the U.S. flag. And nowadays, we have some people that burn it or fly it upside down or have blue striped flags. I don't, I don't get it. I respect as an Eagle Scout, Jeff Defo DeForest. I respect our flag. Although it's funny how people would get outraged in the era of Vietnam when there was flag burning as a form of protest. As an Eagle Scout, I can tell you and I could ask you, and welcome to Defo and also Mike Lubie Lubitz. But do you know what is the only proper way to dispose of a flag that is no longer serviceable, whether it's gotten ruined and torn or basically no longer being able to be flown? What is the proper way to dispose of
I'm
flag?
thinking the only way is to burn it, since that's kind of where you were leading this thing.
Ding, 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 ding.
I
You
was
are
involved in some of those hippy dippy protests of burning flags, but to tell you the truth, it always offended me because and there were draft card burnings back then. My favorite was the book burning that we used to have whenever we started playing golf. We used to burn the USGA rules book right before the first tee as a matter of habit and tradition. But I never forget. I'll never forget. I was watching a game when Rick Monday grabbed the flag from those two guys that came out on the field at Dodger Stadium, and they were going to burn the flag on the field. And Rick Monday, who I think was playing center field for the Dodgers at the time, ran up and grabbed the flag out of their hand and stomped out the fire. And to much acclaim, a famous sports incident. And I really was very much a Rick Monday fan from that day on, because it did bother me that people disrespected the country. As much chaos as there is, and as many atrocities have taken place here, inflicted on each other by other Americans, I still want to respect the fact that we are citizens of the United States of America and respect its laws and the flag that represents it.
Yep. And when they sing the Star Spangled Banner, always remove your hat and always place your hand and with your hat over your heart with the right hand. That's what they taught me as an Eagle Scout, and you can tell, Defo, that I have I am a model citizen, right? That's
Yeah. Now, how did you make it to being an Eagle Scout there, Mike Mayo? That doesn't seem like it fits with your degenerate tendencies.
uh, it was bribery and
Organization like that, and that kind
Bribery.
of thing. Discipline.
no, I was believe it or not, no, I got all of my required merit badges and I did my service project and yeah, I became an Eagle Scout and I still have well, it was funny going back memory lane. I think the year that I became an Eagle Scout was 1983. And not that anybody cares, but at my induction ceremony at the time was my local congressman who had, I guess, just been elected to Congress. Was one Charles?
Who was that? Abe Lincoln?
No. Well, let's see. Let's see your
Oh,
civics.
83 isn't bad. Yeah.
No, no.
That's
Let me
not
let
bad.
me see your civics knowledge here on Flag Day. It would be the Senate Majority Leader right now. The U.S. Senate Majority Leader is
Who is this
now
guy?
in
Oh,
our
that's
America?
Schiff, not Schiff.
No, Schumer. Schumer is the
Schumer,
There you
senator.
go.
Schumer, yeah, one of those
Chuck
guys.
Schumer of
Schumer,
New York.
He was
Democrat of
hanging out at your Eagle Scout induction
Yeah,
ceremony?
we had three of us get.
Was he at your bar mitzvah? That's the real question.
He was not, but no, Chuck Schumer, because there was three of us inducted as Eagle Scouts the same day, and he showed up. He was nice enough to actually be an attendee.
That was
and
cool. Where was this?
It was at Temple Shalom of Flatbush in Mill Basin, Brooklyn, New York. So
Much frequented place. How was the sponge cake there at the ceremony?
I was going to say the sponge cake's always the move.
Sponge cake was a big thing with Manischewitz. Dipped in
Always.
Manischewitz
I was
great.
gonna say you dip the sponge cake in the Manischewitz. There's nothing better. I mean, that
Oh, my
was.
God.
Oh my God! And now that we're talking about,
It
Temple-
bothered me though when it was served at a bris because I mean it shouldn't be celebrated with like eating and drinking. The fact
you
that
should have
somebody's
bagels and lox platters for.
yeah, I mean, but the actual act itself, to me, doesn't necessarily call for people partying around you, even if you're unconscious to the fact that it's going on.
Well, the bris always was a very uncomfortable affair for me, especially when I was the one involved. But no, you know what's even worse than the sponge cake and Manischewitz for, let's say, a bris is, have you ever gone to a Southern wedding, a Southern Baptist wedding?
I can't say that I have, but
well,
what's involved there?
I did when I was a sports writer at the Spartanburg Herald Journal in South Carolina.
A lot of Southern Baptists there. A few Jews. I would imagine you were among the few Jews on the staff.
I was a very much a rarity, and I told you the story about one time I was out with a woman and she asked to see my horns. But the party, what happened was one of my colleagues at the Herald Journal, Forrest White, good guy. He covered Clemson. I covered the the South Carolina.
The name of your
Gamecock.
paper was the Herald Journal?
Yes, Spartanburg Herald
okay.
Journal at that time was owned by the New York Times Company. So it was actually a good outfit to work for. And it was a small and proud paper. And again, two sports writers. Forrest White, his last name is White. He was first cousins with Vanna White. So
that's
that
funny.
was his claim to fame
All
because
right,
he said he used to splash around naked with Vanna White when they were both 5 years old.
Quite the babe back in the day.
Yeah, still
Still looks
holding up
good. I
pretty
mean,
good.
looks
for
good.
like 60 something.
Yeah, but Forrest White got married, invited me to the wedding, and I went to the
Was
wedding.
Vanna there?
No, Vanna it was a very small wedding. She was invited, but I
right.
think she was busy. But I would have remembered if she was there. She was not.
I would think back in the day.
Greatest job ever. I mean, job to cash. Unbelievable.
Turn those letters.
She's worth about $30
Those
million
vowels.
for turning letters on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, it's not a bad gig. So I don't know. I was used to these New York affairs where you have obviously like the cocktail hour, you have champagne.
Leonard's
you
of
have
Great Neck. Did you go there?
canapes.
Leonard's of
yeah.
Great Neck?
My oldest brother David, rest in peace, had his bar mitzvah at Leonard's of Great Neck, and so yeah, that was a what do you call it? A wedding and bar mitzvah, a function factory.
Yes.
But in it,
My friend, actually, my good friend, Mr. Met, Ira Dornstein, was a rival caterer to Leonard's of Great Neck, although nobody really rivaled him because they were the big guy, but he was a very viable option to the people that were stung by the sticker shock when whoever was the sales rep for Leonard's of Great Neck, I don't know if it was Leonard himself, said, it's going to be about 28 times. And you're like, what? This was, a long time ago. And my friend Ira Dornstein had Big Three Caterers, excellent job catering weddings and bar mitzvahs and things of that nature in New York
Nice.
City.
So what did he do?
Yes.
He undercut Leonard's by about 15%. And
You know what? It wasn't hard to do because Leonard's was definitely
it was
top
up
notch
there.
when it came to fees.
Yeah, by the time I was the last of three
it was
boys. So by the
symbolic
time,
that you had money that you went to Leonard's, and it was the quality of what they did.
the time it got to my bar mitzvah, I was down to the ballroom at Temple Shalom of Flatbush. So they blew the band.
I can't believe you went to Temple
Leonard's.
Shalom of Flatbush. That's quite a distinction. Now, do you remember who the rabbi was at this joint?
Rabbi Alan Lavin was the one who bar mitzvahed me, and he looks just
Alan
like
Ludden was the rabbi there? Get out of here.
Alan Lavin.
Oh, Lavin.
And, yeah, no, and he looks exactly like Burger Beast's cousin who was grilling burgers the other week. So I said that. Anyway, where was I in this story? Oh, yeah, back at the wedding.
You were talking about Flag Day. You started talking about Flag Day.
No, don't throw him off. He's at this wedding. I want the end of this story.
Oh, you're at the wedding. Yeah,
The
in
wedding.
Spartanburg
The
with Vanna
wedding in
White.
South Carolina. I'm a
I
New
can move
Yorker.
my
I'm
Vanna White.
expecting a full 7-course dinner, open
Spread the
bar,
whole
and the
thing,
thing.
yep.
No, the way that they celebrate at Southern Baptist weddings is after the nuptials, they go off to the side, and there is a sponge cake and
Sponge
fruit
cake?
punch.
Shut
up. Jeez.
They're a bunch of teetotalers, obviously, Southern Baptists. There's no drinking.
Not even some fried chicken? Nothing?
Nothing.
No.
Sponge cake and fruit punch. And I was
Oh,
like,
my God, man.
and I bought this nice gift because usually you get invited to a nice affair and you give it, and I was like, wait, I want a rebate on the gift.
Yeah.
You took your gift back, man. You held it out nice.
Nah.
You gave the guy your wallet. You just emptied it out. Said, here.
It was a very nice affair, and I hope they're still married. I have no
Sponge
idea.
cake at a Southern Baptist thing doesn't make any. I mean, at a Jewish affair back in the day, it was commonplace.
It's just a very plain, celebration and sponge cake and fruit punch. I was jonesing for the
punch. Wow.
Manischewitz at that point, but
You didn't pour some vodka
think
in the fruit punch? Make sure
No.
one of those self-respecting
Shake
Southern
it up.
Baptists should have spiked it for sure.
So getting back to Flag Day, what do
Yeah.
you want? What should we be eating on Flag Day? All the other holidays, it's like 4th of July is hot dogs and cookouts, and I guess everything else is cookouts too. But what would you think is appropriate to eat for Flag Day?
That's a great question. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Flag
Like American
shit,
Flag Day? Like, is it American Flag Day? Like
chips?
hamburgers and hot dogs? Like,
No, I mean,
apple pie?
I would say you get one of those like cupcakes at Publix that has the red, white, and blue frosting on it or something, and then maybe call it a day. But that usually they have out for July 4th. Flag Day is not a big food holiday. Let's face it.
I didn't even know it was Flag Day, Mike. I mean, you have to. I'm wondering how many people in the audience out there on South Florida Live or WWNN had any clue that it was Flag Day until you told them.
I don't know. My
Top
mom
of
was
the
very
show. I was unaware of. Is that why Biden was making a speech in front of the AFL-CIO because it was Flag Day?
I have no
I saw
idea,
that
but all I
earlier.
know is that my man Jim Sarney knew it was Flag Day. He
Well,
also
Jim.
tells me that today is Strawberry Shortcake Day. So I guess
Mm.
the appropriate thing maybe is
Isn't that the official food of Florida now? Strawberry shortcake?
No, it's one of the official desserts of Florida. Although
okay.
key lime pie is still the official pie because our legislators, they're so busy not doing anything meaningful of big issues like gun safety or global warming. But we do have to definitely make clear that strawberry shortcake and the strawberry growers of Plant City, whose strawberries taste good for all of about 3 days during the middle of winter. Otherwise, everything is coming from California outside of Monterey County. Watsonville, California, is the strawberry capital of the world. But meanwhile, no. So I'm not eating strawberry shortcake today. I don't know what I'm eating today. All I know is, how do you like my energy today, Defo?
You picked it up the pace. The
Better.
pace is a little bit better. Yesterday, you started out strong yesterday, and then for some reason, I don't know, the verklempt
faded.
nature of your mind took over, and you were wondering where to go, and you started talking about this Michelin star thing, which it was interesting that some of the restaurants that are classic, iconic places here in Florida got stiffed, like Burns Steakhouse, and yet they included Peter Luger's, which
and Joe
doesn't make-
Stonecrab.
and Joe Stonecrab's. I mean, that would probably be, if you ask people to name a restaurant in South Florida, I bet that would be maybe not by a wide margin, but it'd probably be the most common answer. Would you agree? Joe Stonecrab's is the one thing people think of, and they know where it is, also the location.
Yeah, when you say
And most
Miami.
people have been there at least once.
And it's the oldest restaurant in South Florida. It's been there since 1913. I think it started off as more of a lunch counter with some windows and sit-down seating on stools outside until it morphed into the big restaurant. And it actually was the highest grossing restaurant in all the land, even though it was just open for a while. I don't know if there's open on. I think now they are open year round, and they serve frozen stone crabs, or sometimes they use Jonah crabs or these rock crabs that come in from Scotland. But the bottom line is, it's just a huge money maker, and not only that, they do a great job. I mean, yeah, the food is simple, but the hash brown potatoes, the lyonnaise potatoes with the onions, the sautéed onions baked in, the cream spinach,
Cream
the
spinach is
key
amazing.
lime pie. I mean, these are simple things, but they're when you do them well,
Yeah, that's
year
it.
after year, decade after decade, I think you have to respect that. And like you said, this is. I mean, this is a place that everybody knows and everybody goes to, and usually everybody leaves happy, even if they wait 2 hours. They're getting, they're getting, well sauced at the bar
What's
there.
it take to get in there, kind of expedite your journey from the waiting area to the table?
Well,
Does
there's
it take more than 20 now?
So there's two things that people should know. First of all, when it's not actually stone crab season, and stone crabs, you get the actual fresh from the sea ones from October 15th through May 1st now. And this time of year, it's not as hard to get in. But after COVID hit, when they reopened, Joe's is now taking reservations for the first time. So you could go onto one of the reservations apps. I don't know which one, but like Open Table. I think they have a certain number of tables that are, as of you can just get in there and not have to do the whole dance of like, oh, do I smear the guy, or when do I smear the guy?
When
But
do you smear? I smear them right away.
no, that
I
is
go
the
Jimmy
worst thing you could
Conway,
do.
smear right away.
No. At Joe Stone Crab, the protocol is you never hit
Oh,
them
at the
up
table?
first.
Yeah.
You see the captain off to the side. They either recognize you, you give them the wink and the nod, or the secret handshake. They'll show you to a table in a certain amount of time. And and I haven't been there in a couple of years. Before COVID, I was doing 20 ahead. So if I had a four top, I was giving the guy $80.
Oh
And
my God! All right. Well,
time
that's
is
steep.
money.
That's
Time
steep.
is money, Defo. And you don't want to wait
Yeah.
around. If you
I don't want
wait,
to wait 2 hours to be seated
well,
in a
compute
restaurant
it this
anywhere.
way.
I'm walking out at that point.
Think of it this way: if you're waiting 2 hours at the bar, you're going to be spending a lot more than $80. So just get the $80 out
Well,
of
if
the
they
way
have
to begin with.
simulcasting, for sure. That'd be the
Hey,
only way I'd wait 2 hours at the bar, too. I mean, I don't know. That's a good question for your Let's Eat South Florida. They tell you the wait is so long. Now, a lot of times, you go into a place and you look around, you say, and they'll tell you 30 minutes, and you're thinking to yourself, there's no way. This is more like, an hour. I mean, what's your designation? What's your limit when they tell you that the wait is going to be so long and there's no reservations? How long are you willing to wait to get into a place?
depends how hungry
When
I
when,
am.
when do you blow it off if they're honest with you about the time frame?
It depends. No, I mean it depends. Everything is situational in my life. It depends on the time, how hungry you are, the how far a distance you've traveled to the place. Is a place that's truly special. So I would say for a routine, ordinary night out, 20 minutes. But for something that's special that
Hour.
they don't take reservations,
You wait an hour?
up to 45 minutes or an hour if I
I'd say
have to.
hour.
Yeah.
So they
I'd
tell
do
you
it.
too. I
Hour.
mean, are you turning right around even if you drove all the way from Broward County down to South Beach
If
there?
it's
And furthest point, I guess that's what east? Is it north? What is it? I'm not even sure. South, I guess, on South
south,
Beach. And
furthest point
you're there
south.
on that corner, and then you see the line is out the door, and
If
you
they say
realize
two
your money's going to
hours,
make it 2 hours back.
and I don't see any of my friends or people that might recognize me from the past, then
Oh, well,
I'll
you
go.
have a thing with restaurants, though, that we don't
Yeah.
have. I mean,
Yeah.
we're
It's
not likely to be recognized there, whereas
it's
you, as the food critic,
They might let you right in.
yeah.
good to be the king. Hey, one place that you never have to wait too long, and you certainly don't have to smear anybody, and you could get your whole great meal probably for two people for $80 or less. Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop Depot. And you know what? This week is for me. What is this week? It is birthday week. Guess
Oh,
where
you're
I'm
going to
going?
go? Yeah.
Guess where I'm going for my actual birthday on Friday night. I just talked to baby mama. My daughter's coming back from a little trip she took with her friends. And yeah, we're going to be going to Tropical Acres. I'm going to be calling up today, getting my reservation, and saying, make sure you put two of those twin lobsters on the side for me. I don't want to have it be
You're not
sold
going
out.
for the bird for your birthday, the early bird?
No, not going
No?
for the
All right.
early
The
bird. I'm
early
going
bird.
for the middle bird.
Because you're
You know,
getting up
that's
there. I mean, it certainly qualifies. What are you, 50 something?
no. And again, I like going in there about 6:30,
All
and
right.
have a little drink at the bar, half price until 6:30 with the happy hour. Then sit down in the dining room Friday night. The piano player will be going. It'll be very nice and elegant, yet casual. And I'm going to have a little surf and turf. I hope somebody will share with me. Hopefully, I could twist my daughter's arm. We'll have one lobster each, and we'll get a little prime rib or filet mignon.
Oh, wow. Good
And that
combo.
is what you call a beautiful meal. Now, I'm going to also try to see if I could pull a little weight in the half price wine night, Monday and Tuesday. Tonight is half price wine night, but I'm going to see if I could maybe say, hey, I know the calendar says it's Friday, but for me, can you maybe make it a Tuesday? And we'll get a nice bottle of wine too. Tropical Acres is at 2500 Griffin Road, just west of the airport in Dania Beach, and it's a beautiful place to go for a celebration, family celebration, like a birthday, graduation parties, or just a quiet night out. You could go sit at the bar by yourself and have a great time. Butcher Shop is open every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. if you want to bring some steaks and grill them yourself at home, or better yet, go in when the dining room opens at 4:30 for that early bird. The first hour, you get all kinds of extra goodies. But even when you go in there regular hours, you're going to get things like you don't usually get at other places. It's included, comes with your main course, salad, side dish. This is the value you get, and the hospitality can't be beat. Tropical Acres, the Studio Alley family will take great care of you. They've been there over 70 years. Tell them that the Lunchbox crew, Defo, Lubie, and Mayo sent you.
A very noble enterprise in the sense that I was thinking about this morning as I was getting ready here to pop on the show, and the inflation, I mean, has affected so many things. The people in the restaurant business have gone through just monumental hurdles with COVID and the restrictions, and then now prices just escalating. So, I mean, it's a real treasure to have Jack Studiali and the Studiali family maintain these extremely reasonable prices for the quality of food that they present and the kind of steakhouse and restaurant that this is. They also have excellent seafood entrees, but to keep the prices in line like they have, very noble effort. Tropical Acres. We applaud them on Flag Day and look forward to not only you being there Friday for your birthday, but maybe early next week for the
payoff.
Panther bet payoff. Yeah,
that's all right. The menu is plenty big. I'll have plenty of different variety. 2 visits in a week. Beautiful thing.
All right, more to come here on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox on South Florida Live and WWNN.
Potato chips. Oh, yeah, I'm singing along to the song, but if you're watching on the stream, you have no idea what's going on because we don't get the feed from the WNN studios, but that's okay. I like to confuse people, and
I don't.
it's all right.
We'll figure it out.
So, hey, I just got a happy text from a friend of the show, Jeff Defo DeForest, one Kate and Bradar.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Friend of the Defo show, friend of the Lunchbox.
Yes.
And I totally forgot today. I guess I don't know if it was the beginning or if they started yesterday. Royal Ascot. Did you realize? Have you been plunging on Royal Ascot?
I have not been
yesterday or
plunging
two?
on that. I think it goes Tuesday. Does it run through the weekend? The Royal
Yeah, they
Ascot?
go. I think through Saturday. Sunday is.
So
you know,
today
they're
being Tuesday,
pretty
that
religious.
makes sense.
Yeah, so they started today. They go through Saturday. It is, the royal meet. Usually the queen makes an appearance, but she's been having some issues. But listen to what Caton did. She said she threw out Wesley Ward and just hit a trifecta for 5 dimes.
Wow. Oh,
Good for
my
her.
God. Wow, that's brilliant.
So next time she comes through South
5
Florida,
times.
5 times. Good for her.
I said
We
next
could
time
throw
she
a
comes
party of
through,
like 100 at Tropical
Cafe,
Acres.
Cafe Seville or Tropical
Cafe
Acres is on her. And so congrats to the horse whisperer,
Yep.
handicapper extraordinaire, Caton Bradar had a nice score there, and that'll make anybody's month when you hit a little
Especially on something
trifecta.
strange like that. I mean, one of our friends, he's also a big fan of the show, big fan of yours, our friend Andy. Is always he's up all night. I guess he does various things in the financial world that call for him to be up at all hours of the night, and then he's betting all of these bizarre races, like the harness races.
Shot
I think they're-
tin. Is he doing Hong
they're like
Kong?
harness races where the drivers are actually on the horse. Have you seen those?
But they carry a harness.
Well, they're not harness races, and they're I guess they're trotters or pacers, but the jockeys actually ride the horse. Have you seen those races? And if you're betting on those, how mashugana are you?
I've seen it almost all, and at the middle of the night, it's usually the Hong Kong racing, the Shot Tin,
Yeah.
Korean. Have you ever bet a race in South Korea at 3 a.m. when you have insomnia? And
That I haven't done yet, but when simulcasting first came into vogue, there remember when they had Australia A and Australia B,
well, yeah,
and you could lose money on both of those in equal proportions without realizing that you had no idea what the hell was going on. They were running the wrong way on the track. But I'm not really astute about racing, period. But I'm really lost on European racing.
Well,
And I would bet all bombs in European racing for sure.
I have another little Jeff Foxworthy thing here for you. It's like if you know Australia A is Doomben and Australia B is Randwick and Australia C is Belmont Park, and yes, there is a Belmont Park in Australia,
Yeah.
you might be a degenerate.
You are a stone cold sicko in need of help. 888 admitted degenerate.
Now, I only know these tracks because I just pulled up my betting account and
Uh-huh.
the whole menu
And
of
there
every.
are
Yeah, right.
several extractions from your bank account.
Exactly.
You know that tonight at 1:45 in the morning, for those of you who are like Andy and doing financial machinations and manipulations, or maybe manufacturing some more Bitcoin because it seems all of it is evaporating.
Oil 122 a barrel, by the way. It's going
Oh,
up.
that's great. Hello, $6 gallon gas. But
122.
but at 1:45 this morning, you can bet on the first race at Japan. There's a racetrack named Kawasaki. I thought that was a motorcycle. Did you know that was a racetrack?
No idea. Like I said, I mean, I only follow it very peripherally when I happen to turn on the TV, and it automatically, of course, is on TVG, and you see some of these wild European races. Baffled by a lot of it, and I can't believe how many racetracks there are in Europe. It just seems like every time you see them switch venues, you're asking, where the hell is this place? It's literally out in the middle of nowhere. But you discussed this before, that they really are all over the place.
Yeah, no. When I used to go to England and the UK, Scotland for the British Open, or the Open Championship as they call it there,
Yeah.
I would be amazed because not only was there all these bookies and bookmaking parlors like an OTB back in the day on every block, but they were nice in there. They were plush and they had nice bars, and you could get a proper pint poured. But also in all these little towns, there's like a little track. Basically they every racetrack only runs like maybe at most 7 days a year. I guess some of the big ones maybe run for a month, like Goodwood, but that they only have these like 5 to 7 day meets, and it's like a rolling country fairs all over the place. So every place has their little track and their moment in the sun, and it gets really confusing. And forget about horses for courses because they're running all over the place. So
what do you think the food prices are like? Do they rob you blind at the Royal Ascot? I mean, if you're going to the concession stands there, what would you be getting, Mike Mayo? I mean, if
I
you're
would
getting
imagine
a shepherd's pie, a slice at the Royal Ascot, Scott, is that going to cost you like 15 pounds or $30?
I know that just getting into the walking ring or the enclosure area, as they call it, you need a top hat and tails. And,
Yes.
And usually, I think back in the day when I was there, I mean, I never went to Royal Ascot. It was one of the things that I missed. I did go to some racetracks in England when I was there, but to tell you, I have nobody eats in England during the races. They're just all drinking their brains out, and then maybe
well, what do you got to pay for a beer? I mean,
the Queen maybe has a spot of tea and some strawberries and cream, which they do at Wimbledon. So I don't know. All I know is this: it's also birthday week for me. Are you one of those that just has a single day, or do you try to prolong the festivities?
I really don't. I mean, the only time I really made a big deal out of my birthday it was because we had the opportunity last year for the 70th, a milestone number, to go to Las Vegas, and a lot of people
the geezers came. At Caesars, right?
It was pretty much that. I mean, it was I think I was Jerry Cooney in this particular Geezers at Caesars event, and I got knocked out.
And I'm Butterbean.
But otherwise, I don't care that much about any of these sort of things anymore. Like I'm not a big deal. On Father's Day, I honor my son more than I think about myself. For being a great father that he is, but. I'm not big on it as I used to be, and my birthday, I just assume nobody knows it actually took place, which unfortunately with social media now, everybody knows when your birthday is.
July 5th. That, and you always box the
and the numbers at the track, people know about the 7.5, which and I've told you many times, and Lubie is aware of this, that one of the things and I maintained this to my mother until she passed away last year. Ma, I mean, I've been boxing this 5.7, 7.5 my whole life. Well, why couldn't I have been born on a different day? Because I mean, 7.6 that comes in a lot. 7.2, I mean, but the 7.5 is a rarity. You got the orange and then the green blanket right behind it. When you hit them, it's good. But I mean, if you're betting that every race, you're going to be buried long before you actually check out physically.
Yeah, no, and I'm lucky because my birthday numbers is 617, so I always box the 16s in a lot. And baby mama Michelle, she January 24th, 124 comes in also a lot. If you ever see that the races, those numbers are usually favorable. But in any event, I have my eating mapped out for the week, and I started a little early when I went to the Council Oak at the Hard Rock last Friday.
So that was part of a birthday celebration, or just
that one was
moment
me.
Where you were flush.
Sometimes you've got to just treat yourself right, and obviously I have different celebrations. Someone's going to be going out with my brother and sister-in-law one night. I'm going to be seeing my old college and high school buddy tomorrow night. You know where we're going tomorrow night with my college buddy Mark?
Costas.
No, Cafe Seville. That's the answer.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a treat.
Nice.
Oh, that would be, if I was going to do something for my birthday, that would be right up there at the top of my list of places.
Joey doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to be texting him. I'm going to be going in there. And
you might get a complimentary Tres Leches at the end.
I wouldn't mind that, because that Tres Leches cake is one of the best desserts around. That is Michelin star worthy, my friend, right there. The cake itself. And I need a stuffed veal chop at some point this week. Not that I need it. If you look at me, I don't need anything for about 2 months.
You need to start working out after your birthday. That's what Lubie was saying.
I didn't say anything. I think it looks great.
You need to get dedicated. What year is this now? Is it going to be 55 double nickels?
No, a little above the speed limit, 56. So
okay. All right. Well, it's time to make some hard decisions.
Yeah. So we got Cafe Seville tomorrow. Cafe Seville tomorrow. Tropical Acres Friday, and on Sunday for the that's actually Father's Day, which I celebrate too because I am a dad.
It's a good thing for a barbecue Father's Day also.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing a darn thing. I am. You know what happens? Baby mama Michelle, and this is why we're the happiest divorced couple ever, because she still invites me over. She still cooks.
Oh,
so
nice.
For Father's Day, she is making me my favorite thing in the world is the simplest thing. She makes great meatballs. So she's making spaghetti and meatballs. Yeah. But that's not enough for her. She has a pasta machine. She makes her own homemade pasta. She doesn't buy it.
And you divorced this woman? What is wrong with you? And she boxes the 1-2-4 every race at the track. And then her degenerate nature.
Besides the homemade spaghetti and meatballs, she's also going to get some shrimp and clams and do like a little like a seafood melange, like a little steamed clams and a little grilled shrimp, and you could throw that on this pasta too. She usually whips up a pesto sauce. So she goes over crazy over the top. But that's and then we conclude, of course, with the annual slicing of Fudgy the Whale from Carvel for Father's Day, and that eat some cake, and then you'll just roll me on home, and I'll start riding the bike again. I swear I'm going to get in shape for Labor
That
Day.
picture you sent me of Butterbean Ash, I mean, it sounds like you're heading in that direction.
It's
If you
getting a
continue
little.
this birthday celebration as a week-long
Me-
thing,
me-
culminating at Seville, get out of here.
Me and Dickstein, we're going to have a weigh-in at the end of the summer, and we'll see what happens. That's going to be my next wager. Dickstein with Best of Delray Beach, and we're going to have a launch party next Tuesday. I'm going to get into more of that after I talk a little bit about the great specials, savings, and deals that you could have this summer through our friends at Visit Lauderdale and Lauder Deals. Now, this Thursday, I'm still waiting to hear back. I think we're going out to Tropics, which is a Guyanese Caribbean restaurant in Pembroke Pines, but we'll go somewhere with Nikki Mohan because she is, she loves to go out and find all these special places that spotlights the diversity that you could find here in Greater Fort Lauderdale area. But this summer, people are going to be out and about, and I say it's a great summer for staycations, especially with the gas at $5 plus a gallon. I think you want to stay close to home and take all the savings that you would spend filling your tank and just go to some of these great places around town. You can enjoy the good life for less here in Greater Fort Lauderdale with the Lauder Deals. It's great deals on dining, hotels, attractions, spas, and more all summer long. So start planning the summer getaway online at visitlauderdale.com/deals and see all the ways that you can save. Find great hotel deals on everything from luxury beach resorts to family-friendly suites. Indulge in food and drink specials at local restaurants and bars. Shop Lauder Deals for exciting attractions like Flamingo Gardens and Butterfly World. Plus, if you're a Florida resident, a first responder, or in the military, you'll find even more deals just for you. From miles of golden beaches to pampering at celebrated hotels and resorts, the good life awaits in Greater Fort Lauderdale. So shop Lauder Deals now at visitlauderdale.com/deals and plan your best summer vacation ever.
You're a lucky guy, man. You and Lubie get to go on all of those events with Nikki Mohan. It's a little rough for me to get out there.
You're invited. Come out of the man cave.
You can come.
The problem is timing, and travel, as you said. But, and somebody needs to anchor the home base here just in case everything goes awry. But, no, great spot. And this is good. This is true because every now and then, subliminally, you go to a great place or you get turned on to a place and you can't stop thinking about getting there for the next time or turning somebody onto it. And that's happening with me with Costas because we usually, my son and I will be playing tennis tonight, and we usually go, there's a restaurant, Galuppi's, right by the courts there, and it's very convenient to stop in there. We usually have a couple of drinks, maybe something to eat. But I'm thinking this is on his way home. I want to turn him on to that pizza at Costas. So it's nice when you go to a place, as recommended by either you, Mike Mayo, or the people Let's Eat South Florida, the show, and you just can't wait to go back there. And that's happened to me quite frequently. So we'll talk some more about all the great things on the local dining scene. And maybe, I don't know, did you watch this basketball game last night, Mike Mayo, or no interest in hoops anymore?
I watched it. I fell asleep in the third quarter when the Celtics were making a game of it. But I knew Golden State's just too strong at home. It's over.
All right, so I'm going to put my money on the Celtics now.
He already has his money on the Celtics.
I know. That's why I'm being negative.
Oh, yeah, that's going up in smoke. All right, we'll be back with more in a moment on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox.
And we're back on the Lunchbox. Now streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, the South Florida Live channel. And at some point, I'll put up all those links on all my social media. This is all happening very fast.
You have a lot going on. You're busy, man.
They're very busy. Got the app launching and the best of Delray Beach. I hope you guys can make it next Tuesday. Defo, your services were and presence was requested because it's going to be a little bit of emceeing and schmoozing, and I'm okay. I'm not a professional like you. You've got the
you've become very strong at this.
You're good at this. Look at you.
Look at me. Look
you
at
stand
me.
up there. You have a dynamic presence.
I have to look at me now. We're live streaming with our faces. But, it's
more than willing to help out there. I'm a big Dickstein fan. You've turned me into one. I only had one occasion to meet him.
It'll pop out.
And, so that'll be a lot of fun. It's my tennis night usually on Tuesday, but I think I'll make arrangements to make that another night so I can attend this thing.
Again, if people want to download the app, it's Best of Local is where you find it on the App Store, and then it'll bring up Best of Delray Beach. But if you go on Facebook, there's a Facebook group called Best of Delray Beach Facebook group, and 6,000 strong now. So
nice.
I like growing these groups now. Started with Let's Eat South Florida, that's up to 80,000, and now I've been working a little bit on the Delray Beach, and it's growing there, and it's very strong. And if you go onto that Facebook group, you'll see the details, the invite. Again, you could click on Eventbrite to let us know that you're coming. We're hoping for a nice crowd, and it's at Meso Beach House. It's on the Intracoastal. It's a nice place, relatively new. It opened earlier this year. New York restaurant outfit, has some really good seafood and other dishes. They're going to be putting out some complimentary appetizers and light bites. We're going to be providing for the first 100 attendees, the first 120 people who show up will get free drink tickets. And so
120 people get free drinks.
One drink.
Look at Defo.
Not all the drinks, just the first drink.
First 120 people get a free
first
drink.
Here's the generosity that is unfolding. Dickstein said he's going to shell out for the first 100 people, and then I said, well, when I lose the bet to him on the Celtics, I said, can you take the $100 I would give to you and double it and throw it in so that another 20 people could get drinks? Wow. And he said, yes. That's the kind of guy
I like this
Dickstein is.
Good man.
And we want to throw.
Can he finance
nice
South Florida Live? Can he?
No, he was looking to you to finance the Best of Local. But we're going to get all kinds of people involved, and we're going to have so many people chomping at the bit to just get on board this whole multimedia symbiotic festival of information, entertainment, laughs, fun, useful information. It's all going to be all over the place because that's what we are.
You have a giant beat there, though. I mean, I have to say, when I think about, that Atlantic Avenue, and I've been going there for a while, since they first really developed the spot, but there were classic places there, like Boston's on the Beach at one end of Delray. It was always a musical spot that people really like going to. But the dynamic growth of the restaurant business in Delray Beach has been spectacular, and you could rattle off a dozen places, and all of them would be very desirable to go to, and that just barely tips the beginning of all the great places there are to go there. And we discovered a couple of them even at that meatballs and tennis ball thing. When who would have heard about West Side Pizza? I mean, which ended up having a couple of great entries. Windy City Pizza, whatever that was.
They do a nice job with their meatballs. But no, like you said, I mean, that whole area is dynamic growth, and it's something for everyone because you have
great,
affordable, family-friendly places like the Windy City Pizza there on the avenue, and then you have some of the high-end stuff that, that this new hotel that opened from the Menon Group. The Craig Menon is a guy who has really been bringing all kinds of things to Delray Beach, including that Delray Market Food Hall on the east side of town. And he also opened up this new hotel. I think it's called the Ray Hotel, and it has two great restaurants. One is called the Ember Grill. It's kind of kind of a contemporary steakhouse. It's not. They have all kinds of other dishes besides steaks, and it's really good. And then they have this place called Akira Back, which is a name of a chef who grew up in Colorado, but was originally Korean born, and he opened the restaurant in Korea that earned a Michelin star. And it's kind of one of these high-end sushi places, but he does some really inventive things. And I went there a couple of weeks ago, and he does something, Defo. This sounds goofy, but he does a roll that has kind of like crab meat and some mayonnaise, and I might be some sort of a vegetable, but also he puts in watermelon pop rocks. You remember pop rocks from when
Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
70s?
Yeah.
That's an
Don't
interesting
remember whether I
combo.
was a fan or not, but yeah, I do remember them.
So this was like, I thought, what a silly gimmick. I was prepared to hate on it,
Yeah.
but I took one bite of this roll, and it's kind of, creamy with crab, and all of a sudden the pop rocks start going off in your mouth at the end,
Get
and
out
I
of here.
just I just giggled. I mean, I was laughing, but in a way of like unexpected joy, not mockery. It actually it was really a really fun bite, and I wholeheartedly endorse that Pop Rocks roll there at Akira Back. And again, Delray Beach, it's growing. Go on to the Best of Delray Beach Facebook group, download the app at the App Store, Google Play, Best of Local. And again, we have a category called Best of the Best, which I got to pick. That's why Dick Steen trusted me and my palate. And basically picked like a top 10, actually it's top 13 list of the places that you should go to if you're going to Delray Beach, and everything from high-end places to just El Camino, which is a popular spot for tacos and Mexican food. There's one on Las Olas, but the original one is up there in Delray, and they do a terrific job. So that made my best of the best list, because everybody now and then needs a good taco on a Tuesday.
I'll give you an entertainment tip tonight, actually taking place in Delray Beach at a place called the Tipperary Pub. And every Tuesday, there's a guy named John Yurts. John Yurt is his name, and he used to own the Backroom Blues Bar, which at one point was sort of in Boca off of Dixie Highway, in a real old crotchety place. And it was great because it was down home hardcore. And then he opened up like West Atlantic, a little west of where all the action is in Delray Beach, and he had the Backroom Blues Bar. So that unfortunately went up in smoke for him. Wasn't that necessarily the greatest business venture, but he now puts on shows on Tuesday nights at the Tipperary Pub, which I'm not sure what the fanfare is in terms of food and drink.
It's a long way home from Tipperary.
But tonight they feature a guy that is world class, that is well worth seeing, and I believe it's free of charge. A guy named Matt Schofield going to be playing there. He plays the
I've heard
biscuit
of
quite
him.
frequently.
That's
He's
good.
worldwide
That's
guitar, ranked among the greatest guitarists in the world today, Matt Schofield. And he's going to be there with our buddy Rock and Jake, I believe, jamming with the band. So that's
Nice.
8
So where's
o'clock,
Tipperary
Pub.
Where's it again?
Somewhere on Atlantic Avenue. I'm not sure
Atlantic Avenue
exactly where.
in Delray?
In
or...
Delray Beach, yeah. Delray Beach.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I didn't even. You mean
So
okay,
that would be the best of tonight. That would be my best bet in Delray Beach, Tipperary
Okay.
Pub. Catch Matt Schofield, and you'll be blown away by how
Okay.
talented this guy is.
Very good. And I got to give in a couple of words. The pizza spot is back
Yeah.
open today after a 2-week break. I hope
Nice.
everybody's refreshed. You might see me there later because I'm making the rounds. I'm going to be doing the whole sponsor slam this week for my birthday, because the sponsors we have on the Lunchbox, I love them. That's why they're sponsors. And if you just go and do nothing but eat there, you're going to be very happy. And like me, a very rotund individual. Also got to put in a good word for Costa's Greek Eatery and Pizzeria,
Great spot.
1940 Northeast 49th Street, Pompano Beach. You want to go check them out. David Portnoy, One Bite Pizza, was just there. He's loving it. He was raving about it. He's saying he's going to bring Guy Fieri there. Well, he was at the Celtics game up in Boston last week with Guy Fieri, who's also now a South Florida resident. So I wouldn't be surprised if Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives soon, you're going to see Costa smashing some plates and showing off that good pizza and all the Greek food. So again, go check out Costa's Greek Eatery and Pizzeria. Costas Greek Eatery Pizzeria.com is the site to order online and check out the menus. Well, that's going to do it for today. It just flew by.
Nice
Defo and Lubie.
time here. High energy,
Thanks.
Mike Mayo. High energy.
High
Mike.
energy.
Good job,
Powered
Mike.
today by
Hiawatha.
Galenium. Powered by Galenium. If anybody knows what Galenium is, you know I just had some. Anyway, that's going to do it. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember to enjoy every sandwich.